All right, team. Electric Step, you're up first. This is one of the replays you sent me. I haven't watched it yet, so let's get right into it. I'm not sure if this is a scrim or anything, or just a club match. I mean, there's custom colors, so I'm assuming it's one of those. Okay, perfect. I mean, just to show you what you did right, you cheated up really well. Took a touch to the side to get it so you don't get dunked immediately. And this is a great power shot. You take a great angle right here. You hit it right after the bounce. You see where Juicy Fruit's positioned. You see that he's a little bit too close to front post, so you know you can put it high and or back post, and he won't be able to get to it. So great placement on that shot. So good stuff. That was perfect. 3 seconds of gameplay. Now, here you might have been a little bit too close to this ball. Like, you have no one behind you, your last back, so you have to make sure that you're ready for this. You're playing worst case scenario. Because kickoff just happened. Crab has no boost. He just went for kickoff. G-Man's going to the side. Granted, G-Man should have taken a way better 50 than this. Like, he needs to get in front of that ball and have it die. He can't afford for this to happen. So, a little bit G-Man's fault, a little bit your fault as well. I think you greeted that boost and, yeah, possibly just getting a attacking play off of that. I like that you left that boost for your teammate. Swinging back around. I'll be honest, I think you assume that they make the touch here. I think you have to dive for this ball. Based on where you're positioned, if he just hit that fast enough front corner, you'd have to dive for it immediately anyway, and it might get through. And if he did hit it just hard, it might go off front post, and you dive for it, and then you'd look silly. So I don't know. You played it safe. I think you just assume that they're going to hit it. But whatever. You slow played this hard. I don't know. I think a better opponent gets this past you. Like, they flick it right here, and then that screws you up. I think if they get a good flick over you, there's not much you could do. I guess they don't have a teammate ready to shoot, so it's not too big a deal. But also the like risk reward, like the reward is bigger if you just try to dive right now because their teammates are facing the wrong way. If you tackle this off the top of their car and it like goes down the sideline and you're following it, they're on the retreat, they're on the defensive. Then you can take it up the wall or cut in midfield, and you have a really good attacking play. So the reward is really high right now since you have a full tank of boost if you just tackle this off the top of their car. You have both teammates behind you. Granted, they might not be in the best position or have the most boosts, but I think it's just really rewarding if you speed this up right now because they're scrambling more than you guys are. Because now they had time to get boost, turn around, and be able to challenge you. Nice way to recognize that the play is going to flip. So instead of rotating around to the back post, you recognize that back post is going to change, and you instead just go towards where the new back post is. Nice. Good collection. Way to take a smart 50 into the corner. Just waiting for anything to happen. Oh, I think you go for this ball. You can't afford to give Juicy for a free play right here. Like, you just gave him a free ball. You didn't force him at all. If you are going to fake challenge or drive challenge, you just got to commit to it a little bit harder. You don't have to dive at this ball. Granted, I think with this spacing, I think you can dive at this ball. Because if you do, he has to play super safe. Juicy Fruit does. He's last back, his open net. If he gets dunked, you could score. So it's super high reward for you to go. And if you don't go and the fake doesn't work, like exactly what happens, Juicy Fruit gets a free play, and you cannot afford for that to happen. He has full boost right now. He can do anything with this ball. You do not want this to happen. So you at least have to drive through. If he does beat you, you could drive challenge and then go for a bump. There's a lot of options. You just have to make sure you force. You have to force something. And now you're jumping awkwardly. Also, because you turned to shadow and now you committed, the tempo's off. You have a teammate behind you who probably wanted to challenge right about now. Where if you would have forced for that teammate behind you, your teammate could be going up right now. So your teammate is Crab. Let's see if my prediction was right. I think my prediction is correct. We'll watch it from Crab's perspective. If you force this right here, if you jumped, if Juicy Fruit isn't like, if Juicy Fruit boomed this instead of solo playing or got bumped right now instead, then Crab would have a free ball right now. Or he would just be able to challenge if you just drive challenge and you get behind Crab instead. Now you're kind of clogging up the tempo. Look how awkward Crab is now. He had never had a good time to go for that. He literally gets scored on because you hesitated. He never had a chance. He basically wasn't even on the field because you were trying to play two positions at once. You didn't go and then you went. You either need to go or not. You can't do both. That's also a great shot from the opponent. But that is your fault you got scored on there. These are always tricky. Because, yeah, you just had a teammate go to that corner boost, so he has full boost going. But you don't know if he's about to get... If he has a free ball or if he's about to get 50'd. And it's hard to communicate that fast enough. So he might be upset that you took this ball from him. I think it's great that you slow played it. I'd rather have control after kickoff than maybe a quick aggressive play. But I could be wrong. That's just my preference. Now, I know G-Man kind of beefed this right here. He accidentally backflipped. But you have enough time to recognize the situation. You want to take this up the wall. The rule is always, you have space, you have a free play, you go sideways. Whenever you have space, you go sideways. If you go forward, you're just going to wrap into their corner, especially once you're past half field. You have no space to go forward. You have to go up the wall with this. And two, that'd be good because then you can ensure you get it around G-Man without accidentally, like, him hitting it backwards and messing you up. So you 100% need to take just a fraction of a second longer to take it up the wall instead. This might be a little bit mechanics. I don't know what you're attempting to go for here, but I think you can see from this freeze frame right here, the proper play would be to try to jump off and hit it to Crab. I think you just kind of got a bad jump and you got on the wrong side of the ball. Go to card cam here for just a fraction of a second. If you're swinging through and going for demos, there's almost no point of going for them if you're doing it blind. Right now, you should be on card cam. It does not matter where this ball goes, essentially, so you don't need to see it. You're also in comms with these people. It's fine. You should be going onto card cam and boom, just driving at these people. Since you don't have boost, you kind of don't want to like full commit. Just drive at them. If you make them jump, that's a win. Swing through, grab boost. Now, once you pass both these people, once you get to like this post, line yourself up the boost, go to ball cam now. So then you can see when you need to swing back. But you can't just blindly go for bumps. That's just praying. Nice. Good attempt. I mean, obviously mechanical could have been better. Let's talk about decision making here, though. So you're here. Boom. You go for this ball. I like that you're covering pass more than shot. You know you have teammate behind you. So I like that idea. When you're waiting for a pass, I think this turn was just a little too sharp infield. I think you should have just been going more outside because he should have passed it to you more outside. So I think you just turned a little bit too sharp infield, and that's why you're awkward on this. A little bit of aerial car control as well. I think the air roll made you lose control. Maybe you were trying to bail out because you ran out of boost. I don't know. Right here as well, I think this spin messed you up. I think you got to really work on your directional air roll, which I can tell you're not using directional air roll because watch how inefficient this turn is. You have to turn on two axes at two different times because you're not using directional. Right now, you have to turn on this plane and then you have to turn on this plane. Rather than if you're using directional air roll, you could do both at the same time. So watch, right now you've turned so far a little bit here, a little bit here. Now you're pulling back rather than being able to twist and pull back at the same time. You have to turn and then pull back. And now you're not pointing at the right spot. and you miss because of that. Also, when you're landing on your wheels cleanly on the wall here, you could also hold air roll a little bit because your car isn't pointing directly in the direction of your momentum, so it's going to halt and jerk your car. You can hold air, or not air roll, power slide a little bit. That would have helped you. At this point, he did not pass to you. What he does with the ball does not matter to you anymore. You have a teammate behind, so if he gets dunked, your teammate covers that. If he is going to score, awesome. You should be going to car cam, and you should be going for demos right now. Or you should be rotating out. One of those two. You cannot be in front of the play looking backwards and watching it. He has already made his decision to go for a solo play. That's all you needed to know. You have the information you need to turn off the ball cam. Now you do it, and that was way too late. Way too late there. I love that you decided to slow play this. I was about to rip my hair out if you just ripped that on net. It didn't work. I think you could have just been a little bit quicker on it. Like, I think you slowed down too much. You let it bounce twice. I think you had to take it off the first bounce. Watch this. Bounce. I think you need to be on this ball here and chipping it already. You didn't have time to let it bounce this second time. Like, look how much you had to slow down in order to do that. You just had to slow down a hair. And honestly, you might not if you need to slow down. You just need to hit the ball softly. Obviously, hitting the ball softly while going full speed is really hard. But I think that's what you need to do. That gave him enough time to go. Also, you waited just a fraction of a second before you jumped. You need to hit that ball and jump almost at the same time in order to get to this before this person. Nice, rotate out. I like that you decided to cut in just in case you could do something. Perfect. There was no threat. Unfortunate miss from G-Man. Nice. I think you attempted this 50 perfectly. I think you just need to do it sooner. Get into that ball. Like, I think you need to boost as soon as that 50 happened. And you think you need to pre-flip into this a little bit. You kind of do. It's fine. But I love that you took that from outside in, or inside out, from the inside of the field towards the outside of the field. You rolled across the center of the ball. So that way you're going to land cleanly on the wall. The ball's likely to bounce either off the sidewall or off the corner and into a position where you can land. You got the boost, land, and you could maybe recuperate / get a pass right now. Unfortunate that there's a team bump right there. Good play sideways. You have space. You recognize you can go sideways. Perfect recognition of what's going to happen there. You get the flip reset? Yeah, I don't know if this was the right idea. I think you just saw that you can get it. If you are going for the flip reset double, you just have to hit it really, really hard. So you can't, like, stop boosting and feather you boost there. You need to boost the whole way, just bam, pull back the last second so you, like, pop it off of the backboard if you want to get that touch. But I like the idea. You might also just be able to shoot it or just go for a normal double, but I'll never be angry at you trying to get creative. Don't go down center field. This is you already have a teammate back. You don't need to get back this quick right now. You should have either fully committed to that bump on Juicy Fruit if you could have, or you need to take the arc of pads. You need to go here and take these pads because you're a lot wider, and now this gives you more opportunity to turn infield and cut off a play if you need to, or just rotate straight to back post. Or if you have time, float around, grab this boost, and you just have more time to pace yourself with the tempo of the play. Right now you got back a little bit too quick. It didn't matter there, but it might have if a different outcome happened. Nice, good save. You're just clearing it out. I think we could have got more out of that, but whatever. Good swing through. You should have grabbed that boost 100%. Okay, well, you're kind of awkward right here. I want to see why. That is scary. I think what happens is you float too far to that side of the field, to, I guess, from the camera's point of view, the left side of the field. You float too far over here. You need to make sure that the net stays in front of you, and that way there's not really any threat. So you could just slow down, float here, float here, float here, kind of still be pointing this way right now, rather than going all the way and full committing by pointing at the play. Just kind of point at the play from here, so that way you have the ability to turn back or turn into the play if you need to. And then this would have happened, And you wouldn't have had a play going directly at the net, but you would have been able to play it off the sidewall and then attack the net from here, which going sideways always will give you more time and space. Which you kind of had to do anyway, but now this is going too far forward, where if you were in the position that I pointed out earlier, you'd be able to play sideways and you'd be able to utilize this space. Now you're really rushed right here to try to take this shot. You had the opportunity to try to get a power shot. That bump was a little lucky, but we take it. Nice. Yeah, you just get out, grab boost. I like that you're going back posts. Good fundamentals. Yep, just flip the play. I actually don't know if you needed to, because the fact that you're first man right here means that you're going to instantly transition into last man. So actually, I think what you could do, you don't have to turn around right away. This guy is probably going to swing through and try to steal this boost. You could steal this boost from him, or maybe demo him for stealing your boost, maybe even demo this guy, and then you could just swing around. And then you'd be back post at the proper timing. Or when you just half flip like that, now you're like stuck right here. You have both your teammates in front of you, and it's just really awkward, and that's what causes this exact situation right here. So recognizing in that moment, we'll watch it again so you can see it. Recognize in this moment that you have more time than you think. Either they're going to score right here as this ball goes over your head, because you can't go for this ball anymore. So either they're going to score right here and it doesn't matter, or you have all the time in the world. Those are the only two options. And so just assume you have all the time in the world. Go grab that boost. Try to make value as you rotate back into position. So right here, you see this guy just flip back right here. He clearly has no boost. He's trying to scramble for that side boost. You have all the time in the world right now. You have to recognize you have space. And once again, this touch needs to be sideways, as up the wall as possible, to take time so you can set up this play. You have 88 boost. You're probably going to get that boost pad right there. So you essentially have like 100 boost right now. You want to set this play up to be just like free play. And now I'll ask you right now to grade yourself on this touch. If this were free play, would you have liked this first touch to try to get the ball to the net? Personally, I think it's just a little bit too far forward. It's possible to do something, but it's going to be hard to get under this ball without it going too far forward. My point exactly. It's just like going to the back wall and you can't really get another touch here. You rotated front post right here, which it kind of maybe, it didn't have to be done. We're going to watch it again. You rotated front post, and that's why you didn't get any boosts, because all the boost was just taken. Once this happens, immediately, you can try to make a play on this guy if you think you can catch up to him and maybe clip his back wheels to bump out of the play. If not, boom, turn for Juicy Fruit, and then swing through. And it literally is as simple as back post rotation. It is that simple. Just spreading the field. You might have a pass coming. Yep, nice. Okay, I don't know what your idea was here. I'm sure you just misread the bounce on the ceiling. I think your idea right here immediately, once it goes in the ceiling, you have no ability to solo play this anymore. The only way you could really do something is try to like fake jump and catch it and go for a ground play, but you kind of have someone behind you, so you have to hurry up and just jump right now. I think the best play is to pass this back to Crab. You see everybody else is retreating. So I think that's what you should have gone for. But it looks like you purposely slowed down to try to hit the ball forward rather than getting past the ball and hitting it backwards to your teammate. But if you literally just tap this towards center field right now, Crab is eating. You rotate it in a little bit too soon here. You got to read the speed of the play a little bit better, I think. So right here, you had the decision to either flip out here, like this pathing here, and grab big boost and rotate in, or you had the decision to rotate like the quick pathing here, which is what you chose. I just don't think you need that. The ball's in the corner. You kind of have G-Man still there to slow it down. Crab is also there. I think you need to trust that you have time, and instead of like getting there too soon and having to slam on your brakes, try to read the tempo, take time, grab this full boost, try to be 100 boost, and back corner. Because look how soon you get here now. and you're just sitting. I guess it worked out because you can grab the boost now, but just because it worked out doesn't mean it's always going to be the best. Nice, good cut there. Oh, that's open somehow. Okay. Oh, I guess they forfeited right there. Okay, so big things. Remember to take time and go sideways up the wall. I think your aerial car control could improve a little bit, especially with a little bit of air roll. I think the air roll was messing you up more than it was helping. And what were some other things? Turn off ball cam when you're going for demos. Switch to car cam as you swing through. And I think those are the major ones. So focus on that. There's a bunch of other little interactions I think you could have improved on. But hopefully you have some stuff to take with you.